Uh-oh. Ah, ah, ah. Uh-oh.
Does everybody know what time it is?
Home and podcast time.
Well, that's right. Binford Tools is proud to present a home improvement podcast. My name is Adam. You're my co-host, Jordan. Hi, Jordan.
Hi, Adam. How are you today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. Although I feel a little, I felt like I backstabbed you a little bit.
Okay.
I've been looking at fences, and I didn't call our friend Rickford T.
What is with you and these inside jokes this late in the run?
Well, I wasn't going to say that. I was mostly going to say we're looking at putting up a fence, and our favorite fence neighbor is Wilson, and I'm wondering...
Yes.
I'm wondering if I'm going to get that type of relationship going with one of my neighbors after I put up the fence. Do you think?
Describe them both to me in great detail.
One side we've got Ralph, and one side we've got Jose. Which one do you think makes more of a Wilson?
Well, I'm not gonna make any assumptions based on
I will say Ralph
names.
is older and retired.
Yeah, that's what I need. Yeah.
So that would maybe be good. Jose, I think his dad is also there. His name's Albert, but
Okay.
Albert and I have a funny relationship because he doesn't speak English and I speak very little Spanish.
Okay, so not a lot going on there.
It's a lot of like, hi, how's it going?
Okay, well,
stuff like that. So,
does Jose happen to have a PhD in like medieval history or anything like that before I make my final sort of decision?
no, but he can power wash his driveway. He just did that the other day.
Okay, so yeah,
Maybe
but
he would be more helpful in the home improvement thing.
Yeah, but not so much. You know, he's not going to be able to give you like obscure references to like like Shakespearean plays or anything like that. So I got to go with Ralph based on what you've given me.
It was funny though yesterday that like the people were coming out to give me an estimate on the fence, and Ralph was out there, and I was like, I wonder if he thinks I hate him because I'm putting up a fence.
Do you not have a fence right now?
No.
You gotta have you have to have a fence.
On either side, we have no fences. And
Yeah.
I like both my neighbors, so, like, it's not for that, but for, basically for my daughter.
You got a daughter. I mean, you got... How many dogs you got these days? 6 or 7? I mean...
7 dogs, 8 bunnies, 2 cats, and 1 wildebeest.
Modern Brady Bunch. Well, you're fortunate to have a fence and be in that position to put one in. Just
I don't have one.
Well, you're about to. Just like you're fortunate to have a house that's so big and
Luxurious.
sort of luxurious, and so
I was wondering if you were going to stay with me when winter rolled along. You probably want to get away, and, I have, like, probably a whole wing I can dedicate to you.
Yeah, the thought has crossed my mind, but I don't know.
By then, the podcast will be over, and you won't want to talk to my ugly mug.
You told me a couple weeks ago you were going out to like TGI Fridays for dinner, and that didn't sound that good to me. So I'm not sure we'd get along.
The funny thing is that TGI Fridays near us closed.
Well, that's I think most of them have.
Yeah. There's only.
You love those kind of places, though, and this is.
I do.
Yeah, Outback, TGI Fridays, Logan Steakhouse. That's kind of your bread and butter.
Nope.
You
Not
like
at all.
Outback. You like Outback. Just
Outback's
say it.
okay. I do like a bloomin' onion.
Does your dad like Outback or something? Why'd you guys go so much?
Yeah, I'm sure my dad was. My dad loves steak and he likes ribs, so that's
It doesn't get any better than Outback steak.
that's like right up your alley if you're looking for like affordable ribs.
In his defense, like Davis and Michigan, like where else? Where else
what kind of options we got?
Sure. Well, hey Jordan, Outback Steakhouse, fences. It's all really good stuff. But
is it the best stuff?
It's not the best stuff. We have to get down, and I'll just say it. Let's cut to brass tacks. We got a quiz to take.
Oh man, and this was a humdinger of a quiz.
Yeah. So
20 questions.
Well, we dropped it down to 19.
19 questions.
And this came from Sarah Robinson Schotten, and she proposed the idea to us on Twitter. She put her money where her mouth is, which a lot of people on Twitter don't do. And she sent us over a quiz. So we got a quiz, we got the answers, 19 questions. And what are we vying for here? Like bragging rights, money? What do you want to do?
How about a fence?
Too rich for my blood.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess bragging rights. We don't have
Okay.
anything else off the top of our head.
How confident are you feeling going in?
If you win, you don't have to hear the grandpa impression. If I win, I get to do the grandpa impression.
Well, we'll talk Grandpa a little later on, but apparently there is a subset of people who enjoy Grandpa more than...
I think maybe a subset of one person.
One person likes Grandpa, and gotta wonder about that guy.
He'd probably like your Peace on Earth book.
Yeah, I've
Sicko.
I've talked that to death. All right, so let's get into this quiz. 19 questions.
How do you want to do this?
I think you should sort of take the lead on the first 10. Ask the questions, give your answer first, and then I'll kind of take over for the last 9.
Okay.
And I'll let you be in charge of keeping score for both of us.
Wow, this is working out so well for
I
you.
mean, I have a pen and paper I can...
Okay, I was going to say I have a pen, but no paper.
Okay, I'll do it. I'll just, Jordan...
All I have is this fence estimate, and I'm not writing on that.
That's gold, baby. I bet it's more expensive for a fence than I would think or want to pay.
Let's just say I looked at it and I thought, maybe I'm not going to have a fence.
Let's just say this podcast isn't gonna cover it.
Well, this podcast can't cover anything, so...
All right, Jordan.
right.
You
Question
start us
number
off.
one.
Okay.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah, let me get my answers open. Okay, I'm good. Yep.
Starting at the first season seems appropriate.
Yeah,
for
I think it
question
goes
one.
in order of seasons. Intricate quiz. Respect it.
All right. Question number 1. What big disaster happens in the pilot? And then in parentheses, first episode. Come on, Sarah. Like we don't know what pilot means.
You ain't talking to some layman's, okay? talking. This isn't grunt work, okay? We know home improvement.
It's been a good 10 episodes since you got a shot in.
Okay. Are you gonna say your answer?
My answer was simply dishwasher explosion.
My answer was dishwasher explodes.
That's correct.
Okay.
The official answer, according to this Word document,
Yeah.
which is, capitalization here or there, no sentences.
Hey, we're being nice. This person made us a quiz.
I'm just messing around. All right, Tim tried to soup up the dishwasher and exploded. So, ding,
Good enough
ding,
for
ding.
me. Good enough for me. Yep.
Question number 2.
1-1.
Yeah. Oh, in parentheses, after each one, it does say what season this happens in, so that's pretty interesting. Maybe this is something that needs to be made into a quiz online. Who knows? Maybe she already did it.
We'll
Number
find
2.
out.
What's the name of Tim's college buddy who comes to town? This also happens in season 1. And we know the episode. For whom the belch tolls. We got Stu Cutler.
I just put stew. I'm going to take it.
Well, you had the scorekeeper. I gave you a half point for that, but sure.
No, I'm taking it. I knew his last name was Cutler. I just didn't type it.
You just didn't write it. Okay.
2-2.
Just remember how generous I'm being right now when some things happen.
Noted.
Yeah. Question number 3. What does Brad do to get in trouble and gets brought home by a cop?
Okay.
Season 2. Don't remember the episode name.
No idea.
I wrote, throw a brick through a window.
Okay. I said, throws a brick at the window of a building.
The answer is, gets caught with a group of older boys throwing bricks at a greenhouse.
Good enough.
I think we both get that.
3-3.
All right.
I was surprised that was season 2. That surprised me.
Yeah, I thought that would be
seems a long time
season
ago.
3.
Yeah.
4, something like that. Number 4. Who's the actor that played the obnoxious jerk Danny in The Haunting of a Taylor House?
Hey, keep your editorializing out of this.
That's right. This is facts, not opinions. Ryder Strong.
I also said Ryder Strong.
She said Ryder Strong
Ben Savage.
saying the guy from Boy Meets World doesn't count. LOL.
Okay, well, good thing we didn't.
Yeah.
All right.
Number 5. Name at least 3 celebrities. Do you get extra points for doing more than 3? I don't know.
Well,
Unclear.
We'll talk about this after. Okay.
That help out Tim and Al during the Habitat for Humanity building of houses in season 3.
Yep.
I wrote John Elway, Evander Holyfield, Jimmy Carter ? Mark because
Okay.
I wasn't sure if he was. I mean, he didn't happen during the building, but he was helpful. And then I wrote a former Miss America because I didn't remember her name.
Okay.
And then I knew a Lions player, but I didn't know who, so I didn't write.
I wrote Holyfield, Elway, President Carter. If he doesn't count, Eric Hipple.
Wow. Good job.
Okay. But President
the
Carter does count, right? And Eric Hipple was in. I'm not looking at the answers. He was in it.
So yeah, Eric Hipple
Okay.
was in it. Full list: John Elway, Evander Holyfield, Kimberly Aiken was the Miss America that I was
Yeah, I
referencing.
would not have gotten that.
No, Eric Hipple, Sean Jones, Ken O'Brien, Bill Pickle. Bill, just give him the pickle. Kelvin Pritchett.
Calvin Pritchett was another one I was trying to think of. I thought it was like Robert Porche for a second.
Yeah, too big time, I guess. Although they got Elway and Holyfield and Jimmy Carter.
All right, cool.
So we both got that.
Five for five.
Number 6. What's the name of Tim's secret admirer in Crazy for You? Season 3. Rose.
Rose. One of my favorite episodes, period.
Period. No last
Right.
name for Rose.
6-6.
Number 7. What happens to Jill's 1955 Nomad and Don't Tell Mama?
Don't tell Mama.
Season 4. I wrote, Tim drops a beam on it.
It is crushed with a beam at tool time on location.
Now, this answer says time. I think she means Tim.
Okay.
Tim smashed it while operating a crane.
You just can't help yourself with these little typing digs. All right. 7-7.
Oh, man. Number 8. Name the 2 young bachelors in
It's
parentheses.
gonna be hilarious when we get the same ones wrong.
Comedians who appear on Tool Time, Season 4. Jim Brewer and Dave Chappelle.
Chappelle and Brewer. 8-8.
Bam, bam. In the
May
look,
I just say, I'm really enjoying this.
it's amazing
So thank you, Sarah.
when you first told me it was a 20-question quiz, I thought, oh, I'm going to do bad.
Yeah.
And then by the end of it, I was kind of sad because I felt like I did well.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
One of those types of roller coaster of emotions.
I call it melancholy.
Melancholy. Bittersweet. Number 9.
See, okay, this one. Okay, we'll see.
All right. In the look, what does Tim buy without Jill's permission? Season 5.
Okay.
I wrote Detroit Pistons season tickets.
Okay, good. I also wrote Pistons. I wrote Pistons season tickets. But I was not sure. I thought that was earlier.
Yeah, time
Yeah, time is weird.
in the show, yeah. They write it weird and we do it weird. So.
9-9.
All right, question 10, and then
I'm
you get to
taking
take
over after this one.
Okay. What is the real reason Tim is offered an honorary doctorate from Western Michigan, season 5?
Okay, we'll see.
I wrote, they want a monetary donation?
Okay, see, I wrote good press for the university.
Ooh, okay. I think we're both going to get a half point here, because
Okay.
the answer is they wanted to use his celebrity status to raise money.
Okay, I'm fine with either a half point or us both taking it.
What's the difference?
We can say we're 10 for 10.
Okay, we're 10 for 10.
All right, that's interesting. We both came about it from different angles, but you're right. It's correct. All right, 10 for 10. 9 left. Here we go.
Oh, man.
In The Tool Man Delivers, where does Heidi give birth? I said, gas station.
I said a gas station. The answer?
Yeah.
A gas station.
Perfect. Part of me was a little bit worried it happened in the car, but...
I remember Tom Poston being there, so it was the gas station.
All right, here's one that I did not know. Okay. In Taps, obviously, we say goodbye to the Colonel. Incredibly sad episode. Whoop, dropped my pen.
So sad you can't even hold on to your pen.
I'm pointing at the screen as if I'm actually sort of presenting something. We finally see Jill with all her sisters together. What are their names? Okay, I think there are 3 of them. I said, obviously, Carrie, and then I said, Becky and Susie. This is all or nothing, by the way. No, like you have to get all. You have to get all of them. Yeah.
quarter point or whatever.
Right, yeah.
All right, I wrote Carrie, Sarah, and Jen.
What are they?
Tracy, Linda, Carrie, and Robin.
There's that many. Wow. I remember. I should have gotten Robin because I do remember Amy,
Yeah.
Ryan. Okay, not very good for either one of us. I
No,
guess.
1 out of 4. That's
All
not
right.
great.
All right. Well, we are 11 out of
10.
12.
Yeah, that's good.
This is a real softball. What is the name of Wilson's niece? It's Willow. Duh.
We needed a
Taylor,
softball.
brah.
We needed a softball after that.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Question 14. How does Tim find Brad's marijuana? I wrote a very simplified version, but he breaks part of the gazebo during a segment of Tool Time, and he finds it built in, like underneath something in the gazebo.
Why do you say that was simplified? I feel like that was pretty
Okay,
descriptive.
I didn't write that though. I wrote breaks part of the gazebo during tool time.
Okay, I wrote
Yeah.
falls through the gazebo.
Okay, well, good.
The answer is he falls through the gazebo and Al finds it under the seat.
13 for 14.
Which is funny because it says, how does Tim find Brad's marijuana? But the answer has Al finding it.
Jordan, stop poking holes in this, okay?
I'm just... On Jeopardy, these would be questionable questions.
See, listeners, you're getting a peek behind the curtain of the kind of abuse that I take behind the scenes from this guy because he's such a perfectionist.
Adam, you just wait for all of the bloopers and outtakes that I'm putting on the air after the show ends.
Yikes, okay. I'm gonna get canceled. What flavor jelly? We just saw this, season 8. Does Al? I think I got it wrong. Does Al spill on Brad's Mustang manifold that helps them locate stolen parts? This question came from Sarah's husband, so thank you, Sarah's husband.
I wonder if that means, like, he's a fan of this type of jelly.
Or Home Improvement. I said strawberry. I hope it's right.
It's boysenberry, and I wrote boysenberry.
You got it right.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was. I remember it being like a non-traditional berry. So.
Dang, man, that might be the difference. Crap. I wasn't even close.
I think you still have time.
Okay. Well, I'm not real confident with this one. What was Tim's first car? Do you know it?
I wrote.
Go ahead.
What would you write?
I said Corvair.
I wrote Studebaker. The answer is Corvair. Chevy Corvair.
Okay. Here's the thing. I gotta give myself a point. I had Camaro.
Don't forget.
I had Camaro up until an hour ago, and then I was like, you know what? It's not.
You took a second pass at this.
You don't even want to know how many passes I took.
Oh, no wonder you're gonna win.
It's called doing your due diligence. Try it.
I should have on this last one took another stab at it, but
Well,
next one.
okay. Corvair Betrayer came into my head, and I think that was an alternative title, so that helps.
Yeah, that's that's one reason that we always did alternative titles, just for a case like this.
Jordan, right now, it's 14-14. Throughout the series, you got something to say?
I think you're gonna win.
Oh, I did. This one was tough. Okay.
Is
Throughout
this
the series,
a half pointer, or what are we doing for this one?
I think it's got to be all or nothing.
I don't think so. I think if one person gets one more than the other, like, that could be the tiebreaker, you know what I mean? Because we both got just Carrie for the girl, like for the sisters.
Okay, if one person gets more than the other. Okay, all right. Well, that means you must feel pretty confident.
No, I don't. I'm just trying to figure out a way to make this not be a tie.
Throughout the series, Brad has a total of 4 girlfriends. Name them. Jennifer Sadarsky.
Yeah, I like that we both wrote the full name.
It's very memorable. Angela.
Yep.
And then I just got guesses. College girl, I couldn't remember her name. I wrote Melanie.
No, her name's Samantha, college girl.
And 4th girlfriend, I couldn't even remember any, so I said Michelle Williams as Danielle.
I mean, you took a lot of guesses there. Mm-hmm. I didn't have a 4th one. I didn't even put one down.
Okay.
The answer is a girl named Ashley. I don't remember Ashley.
Is she the girl that looks like Monica Lewinsky at the Halloween party? That I said looked like Monica Lewinsky? Maybe?
Maybe. If they were dating, it was for one episode.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Okay, so I guess you get that because you made up a rule that goes in your favor. That's fine. All right.
Bitter, party of one.
I'll give it to you. I could not think Samantha. Dang it. All right. 15-14.
You still got time to come back.
No, I don't. You're going to get both.
Yeah, you're right. These are
both
pretty
right.
easy.
What did Tim do for Binford before hosting Tool Time? He was a salesman.
Yeah, I wrote Binford Tool Salesman.
All right. And who are the 3 main guys of the K&B Boys gang? Rock. The K&B Boys gang. Rock.
I didn't say it.
You laugh. Pete, Bilker, and Dwayne.
Yeah, that's the 3 boys right there. Pete, Dwayne, Rock.
All right. Well, Jordan, are you happy you cheated to win?
No, I didn't cheat. Adam, I feel like that's a tie. I'm impressed with both of us.
Well,
The fact that if you lose on, like, Boysenberry but got Corvair, I don't know. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. I'm proud of you, I suppose. Final score, 17-16 out of 19.
Wow.
So that's pretty good. You know, I think we acquitted ourselves very well.
Yeah.
And I'll bow down. You're the champ. Okay, stop bragging.
No, I was just... It's surprising that we did that well. I mean, I guess if you're grading it, what is that, like 17? What was it, 16 and 17 out of 19?
Yeah, it's like...
That's at least a B.
Yeah.
84%. And something 89%. Yeah, we're Bs. We're B plus home improvement knowledge.
I
type
feel
guys.
like after all this time we should be A's, but no one's perfect. We did our best.
It's been 4 years.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. All right. Well, hey, thanks Sarah for making that. That was fun.
What a pleasure.
Hope people enjoyed hearing it. And
People
Jordan,
on Twitter are gonna be like, "We got them all right. You guys suck."
yeah, for sure. Yeah, I defy anyone to know the girlfriend one though.
Yeah, Ashley. I mean,
Like, okay, all of the other ones I could see someone getting. Jill, but even Jill, like Jill's sisters and the girlfriend question, I don't.
those are tough.
That's really, really hard. You have to, because they're only. It's like the sisters are only in one episode altogether, right? And then the girlfriend one, I don't even know. I'm past it. We got an episode to cover. What is it, Jordan?
It was almost as difficult as the NLA quiz. We are covering episode 199, Trouble-a-Bruin. This one was written by Tracy Gamble and David Maples. Tracy lasted Mark's Big Break. David lasted Chop Shop Till You Drop, where the boysenberry jelly comes into play.
I gotta say, Jordan, you get Tracy in front of the typewriter, it's a real gamble. She is a typewriter because it's 1930.
I guess so. Oh, man. Aired May 11th, 1998.
All right.
I've got 4 alternative titles.
I have 6.
7?
6. But the last one is you get to choose one or the other.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Choose your own adventure. I will say before we get started, I feel like Trouble-a-Bruin is pretty good.
Definitely good. Yeah, for sure. That's all I
Why don't
gotta
you go-
say about it. I like it.
Why don't you go first?
Trouble-a-Bruin, a.k.a. to play or not to play.
That is the question.
How many times do you think we've done something like that? Too blank or not too blank?
At least 6.
Okay.
How about UCLA or Busted Knee?
Okay. Binford or bust.
Yeah.
Nice.
I wrote, this one's for you.
Thank you.
Corporate Fat Cat Attack.
I love it when we take down corporate America, and this episode maybe sort of did that. Did you get that memo? Kind of an Office Space thing. I'm not.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, man. I want to watch that movie.
I haven't seen that in a long time, but I've heard it holds up well.
Yeah. I keep telling Andrea we have to watch it. She's never seen it, so. All right. I have
throw
another...
it on Lifetime or whatever. She'll eat it up, right?
Hallmark, Adam. I'm
Sorry.
sure there's very big
I
differences
honestly
between those two
cannot,
things.
in my mind, ever sort of differentiate the two. All right, sorry. Your next one.
Bud the Buzzkill.
Oof. Yeah. This yellow just doesn't suit me. So bad. Do you have any more?
This one you won't really get because it's from Tangled. And
You know what? Don't tell me what I will and won't get. Tangled is one of my favorite movies. Tarzan, right?
What princess is entangled, Adam?
Well, I'll go with the answer I gave for Jill's sisters, Princess Becky.
Anyway, my title is Mother Knows Best.
Okay. Yeah, definitely need Tangled to understand that.
It's just a reference to a
saying.
song in that movie, though.
All right, this is the choose your own one. You get pick one or the
All right.
other. Okay, whichever one.
I
you
want to
like
know
best.
both, though.
Yeah, you'll get both. The options
Okay.
are kneecap, oh crap, or recruit, oh shoot. Which one do you want? I know which one I prefer, but I wanted to give it to you.
I think I like Kneecap better.
See, I like recruit, oh shoot. Well, you know what? It is the differentiation and opinions that keeps things interesting.
Oh boy, and is it interesting?
Here we go.
I don't know why you have to choose between those two. Why can't you do both?
Just thought it was fun to give the option.
Okay. Well, I'll give you an option. Do you want to lead off here, or do you want me to go?
Yeah, you know, I watched this like not that long ago, but I do have trouble remembering it. So I will start, sure. Fill in the gaps where I missed them.
Okay.
Tool time. Backstage. Heidi and Al are a little bit panicked because Tim is, they're about to start the show and Tim has not yet arrived. He shows up last minute, like last minute, having just gotten pierogies from Stan's in Hamtramck, of course.
Yeah, nice callback.
Prior to the show, I think it's Al that tells him about a memo they got from Binford that sort of dictates that you can only use tools from the Binford company, which to me makes sense. I don't know. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I guess if the only reason it wouldn't make sense is if Binford's not making enough of the tools to do this stuff. So,
but as a company line, I feel like that isn't asking too much.
No, not in a tool show.
Show starts. They are doing like a tune-up at the mechanic kind of theme. They were going to do some diagnostic work with the machine, but they can't use it because it wasn't a Binford. Tim's pretty mad about this. He has to use hand tools. I wondered... Excuse me. I wondered... That was weird. Is this Jill's Nomad? It has a British top. It had like a British flag on top. Or are they just reusing the same car?
Yeah, that's interesting. Does her Nomad have a British top to it?
Maybe not, but didn't we
Also, when you say Nomad, do you mean...
Oh, whatever. Yeah, sorry. I clearly, at this point, I don't know about cars.
Interesting thought. I don't know.
Okay. Nigel is a British mechanic. I remember him.
You remember Nigel, but we can't remember the sisters.
Why could that have been on the quiz? Tim tells the Tooltime audience to contact Bud. He gives his address. Al dismisses it. He's a company man, but Tim is sort of doing his direct address to the audience. He's pretty peeved just about this tool thing. Al is trying to do the diagnostic work on his own with a screwdriver. He's got it near the car. Tim kind of pats Al on the back as he's talking, and he gets electrocuted. And then Tim says, "Been there." End of the open.
Yeah. Did they do the been there earlier in the scene too, or is it
this
just
is the
later?
first one, but we do get more. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I forget why Tim pats him on the back. I feel like he's saying, like,
you're a good company man, like,
yeah,
you're loyal,
something like that.
whatever, something like that. Yeah. So
Al's dead. I mean, it's fitting with just a couple episodes left that he would die here.
What a way to go.
Yeah, I mean, for somebody who doesn't know if they remembered everything, I thought you did great.
Thank you so much. You're very kind. It's an okay opening scene.
It's fine.
They're setting up something that is not going to be satisfying at the end of the show.
But it's not as bewildering as like the man people from last episode.
Yeah, for sure.
The authors. Yep. So.
Yep.
At home, Brad and Mark come in. Brad is waiting in the mail, and it's late. Don't they know that he's waiting for his college acceptance letter? So that's going to be a big part of this episode is college and Brad's future. Jill jokes that there's a conspiracy theory between the CIA, FBI, and Bill Gates. It's good to know that Bill Gates was a part of conspiracy theories then and now.
I know. Yeah, it shows just how much we've changed for the better.
Brad buys the conspiracy theory. Tim comes in with the mail, and Tim shares the news of like a new dictatorship at work, of Bud Harper. Brad got a letter from UCLA though, and he's still in the running, which is kind of a surprise to him because last we heard he was injured. He wasn't sure if they would still be looking at him, and they are.
They send a lot of letters to kids telling them that they're still being considered for a scholarship. Is that a common occurrence? I've never heard of that.
Maybe they wrote something
like we're coming.
Maybe the impetus for the letter is they're coming, right?
Yeah, could be.
All right, so they're coming to a tournament next week, but he's supposed to be out for another month. Tim and Brad want to accelerate physical therapy to get everything going, and Jill is still more cautious. So I think we've got a struggle on our hands.
Just to note, they're going to the Irish Hills tourney. That's the big tournament Brad has coming up.
Any idea where Irish Hills are?
I assumed it was sort of like like an Irish fest, and they're going to do like a Shamrock Shuffle kind of fun run 5K.
I thought maybe near Dublin, Ohio. Maybe they would have like a field called Irish Hills. And
are there any Irish towns in Michigan? I don't know. I guess not. Okay.
Everyone on Twitter, write in the Irish towns in Michigan.
Forgetting the big one, probably. Home later. Tim's trying to get a hold of Bud. He's peeved, man.
Steamed.
Steamed cheese. It's just about the tools, I guess. I don't know. Maybe he's more mad at this point that Bud just won't communicate with him. We haven't seen Bud in forever, which is weird. Brad comes home. He's limping. He pushed it too hard at practice, trying to rehab.
He's trying to juggle.
You know, a lot of talk here about his knee being swollen, but the thing of it is, he's wearing like a brace over it, so nobody should be able to really tell the swelling. And yet they talk about it kind of constantly throughout this scene. It's kind of struck me as an odd detail.
Was it a brace? I thought it was like wrapped up with like ace bandages.
Yeah,
or something.
it's wrapped up with something. But the point is, you can't see it. So is it swollen? Is it not?
I guess they just assume since it is wrapped up.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
Yeah, it's a short scene.
I can keep going. Tool time. More memos. And this is where, things are getting a little crazy, because now they have to wear yellow jumpsuits that say Binford, which, I don't know, branding-wise doesn't make a whole lot of sense. You got a good thing going. Flannel, Tim's suit, Heidi. Well, Heidi's is actually like a bikini. That's maybe kind of a funny gag.
It would be a problem for her, I'd imagine.
Yeah, it'd be hard to get work done. Real bad joke here from Tim. We look like gay exterminators. Audience did not go for it. It's real lousy.
Feels really out of place.
Yeah, it feels really out of place, but it's the late 90s, and I guess we're trying to get those gay jokes in there, but yikes, did not like it.
Get them while they're hot.
Yeah, super, super bad. That's it, though. That's all I got.
Yeah, it's short. At the doctor for a knee exam, in the waiting room, Tim and Jill are waiting. I guess that's why they call it the waiting room.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Bud finally calls. Man. Oh, man. Too bad we didn't get his voice over the phone or something. Just something to know that Bud's alive.
Bud's alive, yeah.
Tim can't get service. We saw this a couple episodes ago when he was in... Oh, where was he? He was in another doctor's office.
I thought he was at the Italian restaurant.
Oh, Italian restaurant. You're right. Did he do this? No, he was just trying to get a seat. Okay, so yeah, in the Italian restaurant, he knocks into all these injured people who are there, and he eventually loses Bud on the phone. And as Tim and Jill are called back to go to the actual doctor's room, everyone scatters as they get up. I thought that was kind of funny, actually.
Yeah, I did too.
Everyone moved pretty spry.
Yeah, right. How injured are you?
You want me to keep going?
I guess I just didn't separate these scenes. No, I can take
I'll keep going. No, I'll keep going.
Okay, go ahead.
In the room, Brad's knee is just inflamed. It's could have been worse, right? The doctor isn't giving any definite advice. There's some jokes here about you must have been sued a lot because he's not committing to anything. Brad's knee will be at around 85% around game time, and then Tim tries to do some like really questionable math about how much effort he needs to put in based on his knee so that he won't get hurt. It doesn't quite work that way, obviously. But there is an increased chance of serious injury. It could be something where he's done forever if he gets injured again. More surgery, chronic knee problems. His career is over. Tim asks Brad what he wants to do, and Brad says, let's do it. And Tim is sold, and we get this still, Jill's not on board here. So she hasn't changed her mind quite yet. And they appeal to the doctor to break the tie, and he just bounces. Probably wisely. I don't think you want to jump into that situation.
No way. I mean, a doctor just would not. They would tell you maybe in real life the doctor would just say don't play, probably, because I feel like they always err on the side of caution just for these kind of circumstances. Yeah, Tim and Jill really arguing back and forth about what's best for Brad. Not a good look for parents. They should get on the same page or support one another.
As the scene ends, though, Jill offers alternative routes for Brad. Basically, you could go to junior college and then transfer, and Brad disagrees. This is his only shot, he thinks. Meanwhile, Tim is still trying to do some weird math. So
he's not throwing away a shot, Jordan. He's not gonna do it. Not gonna do it.
He's just like the country, young, scrappy, and hungry.
Oh Lord, just like two white guys talking about Hamilton doesn't get any better than that. I noticed Tim says that Bud is at the Big Boy on Woodward. Do you think that's close to where Brad got rear-ended or where you were recently?
I did see the big... No, I did not see the Big Boy. No, I didn't catch that line for some reason.
Yeah, because he wants Jill to go tail him for a second. That is something that he mentions very briefly, which I would have liked to have seen. I
got to imagine that you have been to that Big Boy in Houghton Lake quite a few times.
You'd be surprised. It hasn't been a big boy for a long time. It would be one thing I would say. It's now, businesses just keep coming in and out of there. I don't know, nothing can stay. I don't like Big Boy. I always thought you liked Big Boy. I feel like that was the only time I've really ever been to the Big Boy in Davison was with you.
Yeah, we didn't. My dad and I used to go after church on Sundays for brunch, so I can't really say like, oh, their burgers are good or whatever, because it was mostly like, here's some bacon and pancakes and waffles, and it's kind of hard to screw that up.
Makes you say, oh boy. Okay, so I see this doctor in this scene, and I think, how many episodes of Home Improvement has this guy been in? Because he looks so familiar to me. Did you have that feeling?
I mean, I recognized him, but was he only in like one other episode?
No, he's not in any other episodes of Tool Time. But get this, he's the doctor in the Santa Claus movie.
Yeah, I guess that checks out.
A little bit of weight guy, This is like a little bit of weight too.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I thought that was funny.
That is interesting.
Steve Vinovich, best known for Godfather of Harlem, The Intern, Worth, 107 credits to his name. Most recently appeared in the film Shirley. This guy does a lot of work, but yeah. Malcolm in the Middle, Young and the Restless, Soaps. One of your favorites, Pensacola, Wings of Gold, the TV series, among others.
I can't even venture a guess of what that might be about.
Well, it's about Florida. You'd have to like it. Yeah, that's all I got for him. But man, I tell you what, we are in a real predicament with Brad, aren't we?
I don't know how it's going to resolve itself.
Makes you wonder. Fence. Guess we got to play a clip.
We must.
Wow, what are you making over there? It smells so good.
This is my hearty beef stew.
You must have quite a crowd.
No, just me. See, I cook it up in bulk. That way I have lunch for the next 5 years.
Don't you get bored?
No, not at all. See, every 3 years I add crackers. So, what did the doctor say about Brad's knee?
Said it's 85% healed. There's a chance he'll hurt it again.
Oh, so I take it he's not going to play?
He wants to. Tim wants him to. I'm just worried about serious damage. Do you think I'm being overprotective? Am I crazy?
Well, no, you're not crazy to worry about Brad's health, but to an athlete, sports are a microcosm of life, a battle of wills, a test of strength and character. Proving yourself as a man, go conquistadores! See, I was co-captain of my high school chess team.
Not too many people get hurt playing chess.
Well, that's not necessarily true. I dozed off once waiting for my opponent's next move, and the next thing I knew, I was impaled by a queen.
And your point would be what?
Just that I understand why a young man like Brad would take a risk for a sport that he loves.
Well, so do I. But you know what I'm worried about is I just don't feel like he's listening to his body. I didn't listen to my body for 2 years, and I ended up having to have a hysterectomy. I lost my uterus, the ovaries, the whole 9 yards.
Oh, that reminds me. I gotta add onions.
I'm worried about him taking this gamble. I don't think he's even aware of the stakes.
On the other hand, Jill, he could be aware of the stakes, and he's willing to take that gamble, just like I was in my famous Queen C4 to F7 gambit of 1953.
So you're saying that you think I should let him play?
Jill, let me ask you something. Did you ever go against your parents' wishes and take a risk that involved physical danger?
Yeah, I did.
Oh.
I married Tim.
All right, so Wilson's making beef stew and stirring it with a broom, kind of in a cauldron, actually. Jill explains the situation. Wilson likens it to a chest injury that he had, which, I don't know, okay. Jill says, there's a lot of weird comparisons here. Jill's like, well, I didn't pay attention to my health for 2 years, and I had to get a hysterectomy, which, again, this isn't, I don't know, making some interesting comparisons. And then I have a note here. I don't really remember what this means, but I wrote onion joke ? Do you remember an onion joke in this scene?
No, I don't.
There's like an onion joke.
I mean, there's a big cauldron, so there's got to be onions in there.
It got a big laugh at the end, but I didn't get it, and I can't remember what it was. So, yeah, that's that.
Yeah, Wilson is asking if she ever took a risk that her parents didn't want her to.
Oh, yeah.
And she says, yeah, marrying Tim.
Ooh.
That worked out all right.
Don't marry him, Jill. I'll be back from Korea in 3 days.
I didn't think we'd see him again.
Well, Yeah, I mean, according to a poll I'm going to talk about in a little bit, he's one of our best characters. So
Could be the best ever.
all right, go ahead.
At the tournament, Mark is filming. Boy, I can't wait to see what kind of video he puts together.
I was
after
pretty
that.
psyched to see this actually happen because how many times on this show do they tease something like this and then we just see the aftermath? So it was good to see some bona fide soccer action.
Oh, there was action, all right. So Jill is chatting.
Extreme.
Extreme soccer action. Jill is chatting with with Brad's coach, and he's glad that Brad could play. Brad feels good, and it's some tough competition. He mentions like whoever he's playing against or whatever. He's like an All-American or something. I don't remember what it was. But over comes the coach from UCLA. I don't remember his name. Did you get his name?
I can tell you his name in real life.
Okay.
Fred Sanders.
Okay, perfect.
I was gonna do a bio on him, but I'm not. So
He
forget
hasn't earned it.
it. Oh, sorry, Fred.
All right, so whoever Fred plays comes over, and Tim goes to talk to him. He's basically trying to, give him a little something to grease the palms. He gives him a magnet and a keychain set from Tool Time. Is turned down. Tim thinks because of an NCAA violation. Probably would be.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it's stupid enough, but
Yeah.
But Fred's character, I guess I'm gonna call him. His wife hates cheesy crap, so take that, Tim. Tim's having a rough go of it
His
right
wife sounds like a real pain.
now. Yeah,
Meanwhile, Tim can't get a hold of Bud. That's like what he's doing outside in the first place.
yeah, it's rough. Tim's having. I'm surprised he didn't do anything stupid.
There's nothing more frustrating than your corporate leadership, not being open to talk, not having your back, Jordan.
Communication is key.
I know you're always sort of saying that about your own show. No, I'm just kidding.
You think my anyone from my work listens to this podcast anyway?
You never know. You do have to be careful.
That's true. That is true. On the field, we got some rockin' tunes. I don't know if you paid attention to those at all, because we're starting to get the action.
Yeah, it's real public domain kind of crap. Whatever we didn't have to pay for. Yeah. Yeah.
Brad gets the ball stolen. He mishandles it, misses a shot, runs to a defender, is injured, so it's not going well.
Yeah, how he injured his knee is really funny. He just basically runs someone over. Like,
Yeah, they must hit knees or something. I don't really know.
he just like bulldozes somebody. Pretty funny.
Brad the enforcer.
Yeah.
Jill comes on the field. Brad's embarrassed. The coach takes him to the first aid tent.
She shouldn't have run on the field. I don't know.
Yeah,
that would
I mean, unless
embarrass me
there's,
as a high school guy, that would embarrass me as well.
Unless you have like a concussion, or something like that. Like, he's not gonna die.
All right, we're in the medical tent. We'll find out if he's going to die or not.
Oh, is this one of the ones where they did a long commercial break?
Yeah, for sure. Like, is Brad's life over? Better wait. Don't touch that dial. The recruit, real kind of a-hole move, tries to just like bail right away. He's like, well, if you can't come back in, I gotta get going. I got other games to watch. It's like, man, you know what? You could have just left, and it probably would have been more tactful than you coming into this medical tent and delivering this news. Trainer says, upon a very brief observation, it's bruising, which is a good thing, Jordan. I have a feeling no doctors took a pass at the script. Tim, meanwhile, is trying to entertain the scout, telling him jokes, anything to really keep him there. It's Jill, the trainer, and Brad in the tent. The trainer, much like the doctor earlier, he's not going to make the call for them. It's up to Brad. He and Jill really have a heart-to-heart here. We haven't really weighed in on this, but if you're Brad, I understand the desire to want to play. It probably does feel like it's your it would feel like it's your last shot, whether or not it is. And if your knee rather is 85%, I probably would have wanted to go out there and do it too. So
Agreed.
Jill says, "Hey, you know what? I respect it. Do what you got to do." And then he goes out and he kind of kicks butt.
Brad is back, baby.
The highlights are super funny. And like his knee is immediately better. So like any sort of hindrance of what was occurring before has been sort of removed. So he does some awesome things. I didn't really write him down, but he does score a goal on. Is that a bicycle kick? Is that what's happening?
No, he didn't bicycle kick it, but he
He
did.
like jumped up in the air. What do you call that?
It wasn't like a backward bicycle kick. It was just like a high kick.
Okay, it was pretty cool. And then
It was, yeah, it took a little bit of coordination.
Do you think that this was the game-winning goal? Because it sort of feels like it.
It seemed like a
They
walk-off.
took off. He took off his shirt. They're like crawling around each other. If it wasn't, they're definitely going to get hit with some kind of a red or yellow card. Jordan, let me polish off my soccer jargon. Favorite line of the episode is when the recruiter is talking to Tim and he says, "Well, I've seen all I need to see. His knee is obviously fine. It's obviously all healed based off of that." That's all I got. That was just hilarious to me how this guy was like, yeah, well, obviously his knee's fine, so we'll be in touch. Yeah.
Yep, he's good.
No concerns at all after that. Just good to go. I'm being very responsible with my job.
The scout has no concerns, but I have a concern.
What's up?
And this is only a concern if Samantha and Brad are still together.
Doesn't seem like it. Her name is Melanie, Jordan.
Oh, my mistake. I feel like she should come to some of his games.
Hey, you know what? She's in college. She's got her own stuff to do. She can't be messing around with that high school stuff, even though she is messing around with a high school student.
Perhaps they're not together anymore.
I wonder if we'll hear one way or the other.
Probably not.
Probably not.
I would venture to guess we never hear from or about her ever again. Back on Tool Time, last scene here. They are dressed in their new outfits. Tim says, "Enough is enough." And Heidi joins him. She's also had enough. Al will not join them, but it's not so much because he's trying to toe the company line. It's because he's got nothing on underneath. And how do we know? Because Tim rips off his jumpsuit, and he's just in his underwear.
Yeah, quite an ending, Jordan. Roll credits fade to black. Trouble-a-Bruin, a.k.a. I don't remember any of my titles.
Recruit or shoot?
Recruit. I don't even remember.
Mother Knows Best.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Corporate Fat Cat Attack.
You have to watch Tangled to understand Mother Knows Best.
Yeah.
There's no other way you'd understand that. Turning on to Castle's Corner. I got my windows down. It's a fall day. A little bit of breeze. What do you think of this one?
I can smell the soccer fields.
Yeah, fresh cut grass. Yeah, what do you make of this one? Highs and lows, Jordan.
What do I make of this one? Something I haven't pondered really until this moment.
Interesting that this would catch you by surprise. Wait,
199 episodes in. Wait, we do this? Yeah, I mean, it's certainly, I think, better than the last episode if I'm thinking about just episode to episode.
Yeah.
As far as, like, what's happening on Tool Time is slightly more compelling, and we know that's going to kind of set up the departure, so we kind of... I don't know that they've really mentioned it until now, so it almost kind of comes out of nowhere because it seems like there's a whole backstory to it in this episode. So I guess
it's also wild that there's only 5 episodes, like 4 or 5 episodes left. So
it does seem like it's going to be coming real quick.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, some silly moments. Like I did get a chuckle out of. I mean, I saw it coming. Like why Al won't take off his jumpsuit. I must remember that or something. But still a pretty funny reveal. Trying to think of what else I liked or didn't like. I mean, there's not a lot going on, honestly. It's just like, will Jill like cave in to Brad? Will he not? And then you get some soccer action.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a fine episode. It's not like anything real compelling. There's not a lot you can dislike, I feel like.
Yeah.
So, what do you think?
Yeah, I'd say real down the middle. Lows. I dislike that gay exterminator joke. That was bad. That's bad. Right. Otherwise, I mean, the stuff with Binford is like kind of stupid, but I guess I get why they're doing it. I don't know. So I'm not gonna ding it for that quite yet. Other lows. It's a pretty inoffensive episode, to be honest. Like I would say, neither highs nor lows were real memorable. Highs. I was glad to see the soccer. It was kind of unintentionally pretty funny with the rock music and the low lights and highlights. Low lights were a little funnier. With it when he bowled that guy over was pretty good. I don't know. It's kind of dumb, but like it was a little bit different. I doubt I'll think about this one a ton. It's okay. Yeah.
It's funny. I do remember this one.
Really? Okay.
Maybe because it's just like so sports inclined or something.
I mean, it's a high that is actually a low, and that recruit is like, well, I can tell his knee's okay. Obviously his knee's healthy. Looks good to me. But other than that, no, it's an okay episode. Definitely not as bad as the last one. So,
All right. Adam, let's talk about social media.
yeah.
Everyone's talking about social media nowadays, and we might as well.
Yeah. When are you getting us on TikTok?
Never, because it's going to be banned, apparently.
We'll see. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be fine by me, but sure.
So if you want to reach out to us, don't go to TikTok, but you can go to our website, thehomeandpodcast.com, Facebook, Twitter, social media, on YouTube as well. On YouTube, I have a comment for you, Adam.
Lay it on me.
And this doesn't come from a normal episode. This comes from our Twilight Zone episode.
Okay. I was going to say, we didn't do one on Twilight, did we?
No. Thank God. But it makes me want to talk about Twilight Zone. Mm-hmm. If you know what I mean, Adam.
I don't. It's been done, pal.
Yeah, but has it been done by us? I mean, it's either that or Wings, right?
All right, Wings. Because I've never seen any. I've never seen any episodes of Wings.
Me neither.
Yeah.
All right, this is from Debbie Pretty, all the way from Melbourne, Australia. So you got Outback Steakhouse at the beginning and Melbourne, Australia here. Tell you what.
Good day, mate.
What an Aussie episode. Enjoyed your commentary on this famous Twilight Zone episode. I just wanted to throw that in there because it was something a little bit different. But
that episode gets a lot of views. Because
no one
Twilight
stays.
Zone's popular.
Yeah, it doesn't. Nobody stays on that video though. But
Really?
Debbie did, and she enjoyed our commentary. Thanks, Debbie. We love that show. That's all I have to say.
That was really good. Okay.
Hey, listen, we don't get a lot from YouTube.
Okay. Yeah, I know. All right, polls. Got 4, it looks like.
Could be 5.
Who is the coolest character on Home Improvement? The coolest, in quotes. So who's cool?
Wait, when you say in quotes, does that mean like fake cool or real cool? Like, are we talking about Fonzie or not? I don't understand.
Kind of up to the voter to decide.
Oh, interesting. That should color the poll results.
Sparky Anderson. Brad's friend Jason. Brad Wilson. Who do you think won?
What a murderer's row.
Okay, well, I was trying to think of people that are actually cool, and I think I could go to bat for all of these people as being cool in their own ways.
I'd like you. Can you
Tim
sell
is
them
not
to me
cool.
right now?
Tim is not cool.
He's the tool man.
That's not cool. Jill's definitely not cool.
Can you sell me
JTT
Sparky right
is
now?
not cool. Sparky? Yeah, Sparky is cool. Old business owner.
Wait, is your first thing old?
He's cool because he's older and he's established and he's well dressed. He's got a young woman. He's a business owner. He's got a good sense of humor, and I like that he's not afraid to show his emotion. You know, when he talks about cars. So
Interesting.
that's why Sparky's cool.
All right, now let's go to Jason.
I mean, it goes. You know why Jason's cool? He's the coolest. He's like I don't know.
I know who you would have voted for.
He's a little troublemaker. He's getting into it. He's a brown noser. You know, ladies' man. He's just a cool guy. Yeah.
Who are the other two?
Wilson and Brad. Wilson's
Okay.
cool because he knows so much and he doesn't work and he just hangs out and does whatever he wants and he's into the arts. Brad's
Okay.
cool because he's a soccer dude and he's vain,
Hey,
handsome,
yo.
whatever.
The hey, yo,
Hey
OG.
yo, you get that.
All right, who do I think won? I feel like people are gonna say Wilson.
Yeah, they did, which surprised me.
It's just I know how our audience thinks after 4 years.
60% said Wilson, 22.5% Brad, 10% Brad's friend Jason, 7.5% Sparky Anderson. I'll be damned. All right, who's the least cool character? If I'd do this over again, I'd change it. Al Borland, Mark Taylor, Randy Taylor, Jill Taylor.
Wow. Okay, so Mark's gonna win that one easily,
Yeah.
but I feel like people probably gave you a little bit of flack for everybody else.
Let me click. I don't know if anybody did.
They were thinking it.
No, they didn't. Okay, so and I can go to bat for all these people as being uncool.
We're
too.
never gonna get Karn on the show now. You call him not cool.
It's character. It's a performance. He's playing a not cool guy. He's doing a great job. Great actor. Dear friend. We also already had him on the show.
I mean, again.
Okay. Least cool. 59.1% said Mark Taylor. I should have not included him.
Yeah,
It was too much. 18.2% said Al Borland. And we have a tie between Randy and Jill Taylor at 11.4%. I mean, I guess Mark's the answer, but
Yeah. But interesting to note that people think Al is less cool than Jill or Randy.
I mean, Randy's definitely not cool. You know, like he's not a cool guy. Yeah, Jill, she's not super cool either. All right. Jordan, was John Binford ... a great man or an old horn dog? 29 total. Oh, I forgot to mention the vote totals in the last ones. They both got one got 44, one got 40. Why the difference? I don't know. So was John Binford a great man or an old horn dog? 29 votes.
I can't wait to hear the results.
What do you think they said?
I think people, just because his name is Binford, they're going to say he was a great man.
62.1% said he was an old horn dog. 37.9% said he was a great man. The greatest man I ever knew. Bill Brasky. All right. And lastly, best for last. What's the best home podcast impression? 19 votes. Options were Adam's Jay Leno, Adam's the Colonel, Jordan's grandpa, Adam's Drac. What do you think?
What a murderer's row! It is true that you do way more impressions than I do.
I struggled to find one for you, but it was grandpa. Yeah.
Can you think of any other? I mean, I did great when we read your pilot, but those weren't like famous people.
Yeah.
Have I done any other? I think we both have done like Schwarzenegger in passing.
Sure, probably really good. Impressions? No, I don't think so. I think it's just grandpa. All right, what do you think won? I'll go worst to least on this one. So if you have a guess, give it now.
People love the Colonel.
10.5% said Jordan's grandpa. 10.5% said Drac. I'm hurt. It's low.
Drac and Grandpa tied?
Yeah, we're building a spectacular episode around, I guess it's got to be the duo. The least favorite characters, the Grandpa and Drac
Drac
show.
and Grandpa are going to read that short story?
26.3% said Jay Leno, 52.6% said the Colonel.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. It's the easiest to do. Grandpa. Some people love Grandpa.
How many votes was that?
19. So
19. How many? Does that mean two people voted
like
for Grandpa?
Hey, all you you might want to do a Grandpa T-shirt. All you Grandpa heads out there.
It's not even like a famous Grandpa. It's just a Grandpa.
Doesn't have to be famous. You're the Jeff Dunham of the podcasting space.
Please don't.
All right, Jordan, that's all I got for Twitter.
Well, I mean, maybe people, if they're lucky, they're gonna get all that and more in the Spooktacular. We finally picked what we're reading, and I think it's gonna be good.
Yeah, you found a good story. We did search pretty hard for a story, and let's leave it as a surprise, though.
It is a surprise. I think, we had a little bit of trouble because, it's older stuff, readability, too long, too short, whatever. Well, I guess we're going to talk about next week, huh?
Yeah, what are we covering next week?
Next week is going to be episode 200, Adam.
Oh, wow.
And it's going to be called Dead Weight.
Wow. And man, we're winding it down. I can't ever get a straight number of how many we have left, but not very many.
I mean, I have to look at the thing because I keep forgetting, is the Spooktacular coming out before or after our last episode?
Should be. Well, we're going to
I think it's going to be before.
Wow. Well, we're going to have to figure that out.
It's just going to have to be a bonus thrown in the middle.
Wow, hey, that's all right. Nobody's going to mind. So yeah, we have some episodes left. We continue to forget how many, but not very many. And I think 4. Okay, 4, including the Spooktacular, or no?
No. Okay, let's talk it out right now.
Okay,
We've got episode 200.
We do this at the end of every episode. All right, 200 is Dead Weight. Let me write this down, okay?
You had a spreadsheet or a document somewhere, and I don't remember where it went.
Yeah, same. Okay.
All right, so Dead Weight's 200.
Okay.
And then The Long and Winding Road is like the 3-part finale.
Wow, man. So we only have one. That's insane. Okay.
One normal episode, and then The Long and Winding Road, I think you said we're going to do in part 1.
Mm-hmm.
And then you said 2 and 3 are going to be combined.
No, I want to do part 1 and 2 combined, and then part 3 as its own.
Okay.
Because part 2 is a clip show, so...
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's why I want to do it. Long and Winding... So 202 will be Long and Winding part 3.
Mm-hmm. And that's it.
Wow, 3 actual episodes.
Snuck up on us.
So they really are throwing this Binford stuff in late. It's super funny.
So it's literally 2 episodes.
All right, well, we're winding it down in any case, Jordan. And I tell you what, it's been a heck of a ride, but we're not done yet. So I'm looking forward to talking dead weight with you next week.
That's right. The penultimate episode, kind of.
Jordan, thank you for joining me. Listeners, thank you for listening. And I guess I should say, take care.
Take care, everybody.